8 most controversial Western movies of all time. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Trendy Spotlight. 8. Rust. Rust is a recent Western starring Alec Baldwin that saw the actor accidentally discharge a prop weapon while rehearsing a scene, which ended up killing cinematographer Halyna Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza. All filming ceased and litigation began to determine who was at fault: Baldwin, the director, the armorer, or anyone. Baldwin and the other producers settled a wrongful death lawsuit with her widower Matthew, and filming resumed with him stewarding the Western. 7. Duel in the Sun. Duel in the Sun surprised audiences for a variety of reasons when it debuted in 1946, first and foremost because it saw Gregory Peck, who normally played upstanding characters, play a degenerate. As Lut, Peck commits sexual assault at different times to Pearl, Jennifer Jones, which is uncomfortable to watch even by today's standards. When it was originally shot, it couldn't pass the Hays Code censors, earning it the nickname Lust in the Dust, and it had to be heavily edited in order to be released, which also didn't help its narrative. 6. 5 Savage Men/The Animals. The 70s ushered in a new era of cinema, and westerns got as gritty and violent as the crime dramas and independent foreign films that were becoming popular. Spaghetti westerns, so named for being filmed in Italy with a small budget, were becoming successful, which is where 5 Savage Men, also known as The Animals, examines a woman's resolve against the outlaws who sexually abused her. Even by today's standards, the torture she endures at the hands of these men is appalling. 5. Brokeback Mountain. This modern Western, directed by Ang Lee, was considered controversial because it portrayed two men, Ennis, Heath Ledger, and Jake Gyllenhaal, falling in love while working as cowboys. At the time, it challenged long-standing traditional Western archetypes as well as concepts of masculinity while receiving backlash from certain groups that didn't approve of its themes or message of equality. Today, it might not be considered quite so radical, but in 2005, views about the LGBTQ+ community weren't as progressive. 4. Navajo Joe. In this controversial Western, Burt Reynolds played a first American named Navajo Joe who, after his village is destroyed, vows revenge against the outlaws who were responsible. Not only was it bloody, but it featured a great actor being terribly miscast as a person of color. It would be very controversial today, perhaps even more so than it was at the time, particularly since actors in brown face playing warriors and chiefs was commonplace and accepted as the norm. 3. Django. Prior to Quentin Tarantino making Django Unchained, the original Django, which inspired Tarantino's film, was mired in controversy. Like The Wild Bunch, it was incredibly violent and bloody, taking Django's quest for vengeance to a degree that almost got it banned in multiple countries. In Italy, where it was made, it received an 18 certificate and struggled to find distribution in the United States for years after it was made. Its violence might not seem very noteworthy today, but the no-holds-barred approach is still wildly chaotic. 2. A Man Called Horse. Long before Dances with Wolves was made, Richard Harris starred in A Man Called Horse about a British aristocrat who gets captured by the Sioux but eventually welcomed into the tribe by proving his bravery. It was controversial in the 70s for its portrayal of the Sioux tribe, inventing customs and rituals that have no basis in reality. Ironically, it spawned a series of films, and in the third outing, Triumphs of a Man Called Horse, which was a non-union film and therefore not contractually obligated to comply with AHA, several horses died on set, which earned it a national boycott. 1. Sergeant Rutledge. Sergeant Rutledge follows the story of the titular character, Woody Strode, a black sergeant in the Union Army who was accused of killing a fellow officer and his wife. The Western was made before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and having a black actor in the lead role as the hero was considered a box office risk. Today, Western like Harder They Fall have entirely black casts, which shows how far the genre has come, but even so, the fact that this is a significant feature points to the fact that more work is still necessary for true equality despite there being several black cowboy movies. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them.